How has information and digitization really transformed marketing up until this point? I would argue, you look at companies like a Google or an Amazon or a Netflix, very, very difficult to go compete against those organizations today. So if we look at the digital revolution and how that manifested itself, it was really through channel. It was through business model. So the idea that Amazon has all this purchase history, their ability then to show me a relevant offer would be very difficult to duplicate today, or it creates significant barriers to entry. But in reality, it happened through the back-end channel and productization of those organizations. I would make the argument that the next decade will be about medias, not channels. That channel will continue to be important, and people will create competitive differentiation through channel evolution and the sophistication of data in those channels. But now, as you look at marketing, it's not about mass marketing anymore. The idea that, Peppers and Rogers wrote 1-to-1 20 years ago, the truth is today it's actually coming true. So today it's really about organizations that are able to figure out how to talk to a consumer at a specific point in time and influence their actual behavior at a point in time at scale, are the organizations that are actually creating competitive advantage. So if you look at a company like a Geico or a Disney or a Nike, and you look at how they're spending their money today versus how they were spending their money 5 years ago, a lot of that money is moving into things that would be very, very difficult for their direct competitors to compete against. And the way that manifests itself is you can start to see that show in budgets. So, why is it that a company like Geico can spend, significantly more money than its larger competitors from a marketing perspective? It's not necessarily because they just have a better brand or they have a better product. Okay? They've figured out ways to create scale through the individual understanding of behaviors, and they figured out how to operationalize those things efficiently within their organizations. So for me, as I look at the adaptive marketing that's happening today, I think it's really now putting on that lens to say, how are we going to create competitive advantage through a media lens that is different than the way we created competitive advantage in the past? So shifting dollars from mass to individually targeted and engaged medias is really, in my view, the new frontier of competitive advantage. In reality, though, the question of the day is, how do I do that at scale? And I think the answer to that question is through really what I'll call the new CRM revolution. So really the idea of creating a customer strategy as a business strategy.